All right, so I've never done an actual review like this, and I don't plan on doing many of them, but I loved the movie Sinners so much that I felt this sudden urge to go back to the theater, having just seen it a few days ago, and rewatch it, which is a very rare thing for me. Usually, even if I really like a movie like Freaky Tales, I want to watch a movie or two in between to kind of space it out and give some time for the movie to breathe. But with this movie, I just really wanted to go right back in and see it again. So that's what I did tonight. And I figured I have a lot more to talk about regarding this movie. So why not just do an actual video? I tried to do a little 3-minute short, but that's not really cutting it. So here we are. So first of all, the obvious comparison is From Dusk Till Dawn, which Ryan Coogler has said in interviews that he even drew inspiration from, which is kind of obvious, but I think he really makes this his own thing, where I feel like it's really unfair to compare this to From Dusk Till Dawn, even though that's kind of literally what I just did, but just forget I said that. But I love how this movie has such a great first half or so leading up to all the horror and the vampire stuff that you really forget you are even watching a horror movie at the heart of it, or a vampire movie at the heart of it, because the first half is done so well. It is such an awesome, like, gangster southern sort of movie about these characters that are so interesting. Like, I have not seen characters this fleshed out in a horror movie in a bit. And I really feel like that's where a lot of horror movies go wrong, is they're so focused on creating atmosphere, creating scares, and all of that, that they almost forget about the characters. But not this movie. This movie really cares about the character development. You really feel for the characters. And again, that doesn't happen a lot in horror movies in particular. It's almost like when the vampire and the horror stuff gets going, it's a nice, like, surprise. And I love that. I also want to talk about magical realism. If you have never heard of the term magical realism, go look it up, because there's a lot of novels, short stories that are very influential on this movie. And after looking online for a bit and seeing other people's reviews and thoughts on this movie, it seems like the biggest problem people have are things related to the magical realism, such as the fact that I'm pretty sure he's using a modern gun, a modern pistol, for a lot of it that did not exist in the 1930s. But when you look at it from a magical realism perspective, it really kind of makes sense if you know that sort of like subgenre and that sort of literary device. And Ryan Coogler does an amazing job with that, especially during the big music sequence at the juke joint, where out of nowhere, it is kind of out of left field, where these different musicians from past and future kind of join together and start creating music together. The film does, in that moment, kind of take a step back from reality a little bit. But for me, I understood kind of what the tone was and what they were going for. So for me, it was not an issue. But I do see how for some people, that could be a little bit of an issue. But come on, we're watching a vampire movie. Like, does any of it have to be completely realistic? I also want to take a moment to talk about the vampire's eyes, which I don't think I've ever seen vampire eyes done quite like this. I don't know if he did this in post or if it was practical, but the way the eyes kind of shimmer and glow, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a kid and you're doing like an arts and crafts project and you put a little bit of glue on something and then sprinkle some, what's the word I'm looking for? Glitter, where you like put glue, sprinkle glitter on it. Like, that's what their eyes look like. And it was so cool and unique, where their eyes kind of had a little bit of a sort of sparkle or shimmer to it. I don't know how to explain it better than that. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this. I don't normally do long form reviews like this, so bear with me. But Smoke and Stack, what a fucking awesome duo of characters, man. So badass, so awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but I could definitely tell them apart based on their personality, regardless of the color coordination that they did so that other people could, I guess, tell them apart better. I mean, it did help, I'll be honest, but you know, you can definitely tell that Smoke is the more aggressive, sort of uptight brother, while Stack is more loose and like, let's just have fun with it and roll with it sort of guy. Because apparently that was some people's issue as well, as they couldn't really tell the brothers apart. But I don't know, to me it was kind of obvious, and maybe some of it did have to do with the color separation, but I don't know. I still thought it was pretty obvious. And I definitely really felt for them and all the characters, which goes back to the character development I was talking about. And the performance of Michael B. Jordan playing both brothers, I can't praise it enough. I haven't seen a lot of Michael B. Jordan's earlier work, so I can't really fully judge if this is like one of his best performances or if he's just a damn good actor, which, you know, obviously he is. But this is definitely one of my favorite performances, if not my favorite, of the year. This movie is probably going to be, well, definitely will be in my top 10 of the year, if not number 1 or number 2. It's going to have to take a lot to knock this off, to be honest, on my list. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the movie Sinners. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.